Lesson 10.5 is select an appropriate display. As you can see here, they have two different types of graphs for us. They have a histogram and a circle graph. And a lot of people would look at, trying to get my pen to work here, at this graph right here and say, Ms. Cuckman, that is not a histogram, that is a bargram. The reason it is a histogram rather than a bargram is because of the intervals right here. These intervals, since it's not a set number but it's an interval, that is what causes it to be an histogram. So which display more easily shows the number of weeks the class collected between 30 and 39 pounds? And that would be the histogram because it shows the exact number of weeks. So the histogram. Which display more easily shows the percent of time that 40 to 49 pounds of plastic was recycled? And if you look at the circle graph, see how we have percents on there? That makes it easy. So we would say the circle graph. This chart is useful as you are trying to select an appropriate display. It lays it out for you. So a bar graph shows the number of items in specific categories. A box plot, which I call box and whisker, shows number of variation for a set of data, also useful for very large sets of data. So that's the one that we learned about yesterday that shows your median, your lower quartile, upper quartile, minimum, and maximum. Circle graph compares parts of the data to the whole. Percents is another one that really is good at showing. Double bar graph compares two sets of categorical data. Histogram shows the frequency of data divided into equal intervals. Line graph shows change over a period of time. And line plot shows frequency of data with a number line. Select an appropriate display to show the number of boys of different age ranges that participate in athletics. Ranges being the key word there, so this would be a histogram because we're talking about intervals. Number 2, select an appropriate display to compare the percents of students in 7th grade who traveled to school this morning by bus, car, or by foot. And that would be, again, we're talking about percents, so that would be a circle graph. I swear they're not all just like the example. Number 3, show the percent of students in each grade at a middle school. So that one is kind of a opinion question. There's a couple different ones that I've heard different answers on this, but I think a circle graph, because I just think when it comes to percents, I think circle graph is by far the best way to show it because you see how big is their sliver of pie, you know, and that makes it easier for me to understand. And number 4, compare the percent of ethanol production by state, justifying your answer. And again, I think a circle graph would be the best. This is a very opinion type of section, but there's also some basis to your opinion. So for the most part, it is your opinion, but if you said a histogram for something that was percents, I would say, sorry, no can do. So it's kind of a opinion within reason, if that makes sense.